Hi, I'm doing this video to express a rather personal thing. This has nothing to do with film, it has nothing to do with any TV shows or anything like that. I recently been speaking with a mate of mine, and we were speaking about this thing which has, well, he told me about this thing where guys have been speaking about openly about being alone, being on your own, not having a partner. It's something that's been called, what he told me, true forced loneliness, TFL. And some guys have done this in the States mostly, so he tells me. But I'm going to speak a little bit about this now. Yeah, true forced loneliness. It's no fun. I personally have never had a partner. I've never had a girlfriend, not when I was a kid, not when I was a teenager, young man, not ever. It just never happened for me. I was a very weedy, wimpy kid, and I'm not going to go into many details about that now. There's no time, really. But yeah, it did make for a very lonely existence. You're always questioning, why have I not found anyone? Why has there been no one out there who I've come into contact with? And I was basically at war with this existence for a long time. Unfortunately, up until recently, it also got me into serious trouble. I'm not saying any more than that. Because I did something which, of course, now I regret. But whatever I did then, that's all gone. It's ancient history, and I'm not that guy anymore. And now, I suppose I'm because of course I've been put on a therapeutic course. I'm more at peace with being on my own. That doesn't mean to say that I like it a whole lot. And maybe sometimes I do question, why haven't I found anyone? But yeah, I'm not at war with it like I was. I am more at peace with my single existence. But there are times, of course, when you still do wonder, why have I been on my own all my life? Why have I never found a partner? Why have I never found a girlfriend? You look around and you see there is this myth. You see all these couples. How do they get together? What gives? What was the story with that? And why couldn't that have happened for me? And yeah, there is this myth that's out there that says when you're single, the world seems full of couples. And that is certainly that's certainly happened on a lot of occasions. But yeah, I mean, I am the type of guy who I did want a girlfriend. I did want to find someone like that. I did want to find someone in a romantic sense. I did want to find a romantic partner, and it hurt then that I couldn't find one. It depresses you. Well, in short words, it does piss you off. It makes you angry as well, deep down. And I carried a lot of anger around with me as well. A lot of things went on back then during my childhood years and when I was a kid that I put them all in my autobiography, and it was a way to get the demons out. The friend who I mentioned at the beginning, suggests, you got to write your autobiography. You've led such a, there's such a dramatic story to tell in there. You've got to write your autobiography. So I did. But boy, a lot of demons and stuff came out, and my autobiography is called A Soul Full of Anger. So you can pretty much guess that anger has played a hell of a big part. I've still got a lot inside me now. Whether I'm at peace or not with being on my own, that's irrelevant. The anger is always possibly going to be work in progress. The anger of, why am I not with anyone? Why don't women want to have anything to do with me? What the hell have I done wrong? What's wrong with me? Kind of thing, But yeah, a lot of the time back then, before I felt more at peace with it, back then, yeah, it was like a constant questioning of it. And yes, of course, there is that thing that about the sexual side of it. Of course, not ever having sex with a partner, it builds up a lot of frustration. That too builds up a lot of anger, misplaced anger maybe. I mean, who are you mad at? Are you mad at fate for not letting you find anyone? You mad at Cupid? And I'm not going to say God because I don't believe in God. But yeah, it's like, who are you mad at? But my mate also told me that this thing about some women have seen this, a few of these TFL video blogs, whatever you call them, and they've had a go at the guys. They've called them what was it now? Something losers. Yeah, TFL, yeah. Something frustrated losers or something. And I thought, well, if that's really what a lot of these women said this was on the comments that were on these videos. If that's what these women said, is it any wonder that men don't really want to have anything to do with them? I mean, what kind of thing is that to say to someone? Or about someone? I mean, these guys are pouring their hearts out about being on their own, and these women, young women, whoever they are, they've come along and left comments like that, saying something so damn negative about these guys who've just basically expressed a truth. So what the hell is wrong with this picture? And it just makes you wonder, about a lot of the women who are out there, because I personally think they've just become so hostile and unpleasant. And I was on the receiving end of a lot of violence and a lot of unpleasantness from them way back then, so that added to my anger with them. But yeah, it's back then, when I was growing up, teens, certainly in my early 20s, particularly in my 20s when I was that age, I really was wondering, would I find anyone, would it ever happen? And it did make for a very lonely existence. Back then, before my 20s, I didn't have any great friends either, so I didn't even have that to lean on, But then thankfully in my 20s I did make a friend who was basically the first decent one I'd ever found. The one I've mentioned at the beginning of the video, by the way. But basically if it worked for him, well, I don't know. I would have been without great friends for a long, long time. I actually believe that this guy, he seemed to make up for all the horrible troublemaking so-called kids I had, or who were in my life, before then, you know. You know, they just all troublemakers, just tried to cause me harm, and that was the end of it. But when you got that, well, it doesn't exactly help, you know. And my mum she was mentally ill. She had a lot of breakdowns, and my brother was he was nothing to lean on. So basically, I had no one, you know. So yeah, being on my own and never finding a sexual or just a partner, never finding a girlfriend. Well, you know, I guess you can imagine it kind of didn't make for great times, really. So yeah, this true forced loneliness that my mate told me about, these guys who have spoken about it. Yeah, well, I am. Yeah, it is no fun. It's kind of horrible, to be honest, and it is forced. It is an honest thing, because, you know, guys feel alone as well. You know, it's not a female prerogative. You know, women always come along and say, "Oh yeah, if only I met Mr. Right. You know, if I love a guy in, you know, shining armour to come along and take me away, you know, to a wonderful existence." Well, do you think guys don't think about that as well? Do you think guys don't dream of some wonderful woman coming along and taking them into a wonderful romance, you know, on a wonderful journey? You know, you think we don't? I mean, of course they do, but I suppose when guys express things like that, they're accused of being, you know, oh, wishy-washy, and oh yeah, you're a guy, you don't, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, you're not sensitive, you don't care about that. All you want to do is, you know, float yourself around, find the nearest lay you can, and you know, just, you know, get some sex, and that's it. Goodbye. See you some other time. Well, that might be some stupid myth, but it doesn't work that way. A lot of guys in the world, I would say, certainly myself included, we would want to commit. Of course we would. You know, why wouldn't we want someone special like that in our lives? I mean, that's what we always progress to, isn't it? I mean, we're social creatures, all of us, men and women. We are social creatures. We want company. We want great friends. We want a nice wife. We want a nice husband. We want someone to share things with. Shared experiences are much better than say, when you go to a film, for example. I've always gone on holiday into films, mostly by myself. Thankfully, recently, I've been able to go with friends on occasion, right? And it's much better when you go with a friend. I would like to have gone to the cinema, say, with a nice girlfriend or a wife. That would have been brilliant, because at least you got someone to share the experience with. So this possible myth that everyone has, that guys don't, you know, care about that, well, don't be blooming ridiculous. Of course we damn well do. You know, I mean, for goodness sake, what Wally thought that was the case. But yeah, true forced loneliness, it's no, it isn't any fun. It would be nice to find someone. I don't know if there's anyone out there for me. Maybe I may never find anyone. Maybe more at peace with it now, being on my own, but it doesn't mean to say that I still wouldn't want someone. But not sure if there's even anyone out there. Some say there's someone out there for everyone. Well, if there's someone out there for me, they've been hiding for a very long time. Either that, or they're somewhere completely different where I haven't been yet. So, well, I guess I'll just have to wait and see about that. But yeah, it's favourite author of mine said that he believed that love is the best human experience. Mind you, with my negative experiences, women and being on the receiving end of violence, and those who try to hurt me, even my own family, well, I'm a bit doubtful about that, but of course I would be, wouldn't I? But yeah, love is the best human experience. I suppose it really is, if you fall in love with someone and it goes somewhere. That must be great. Opposite of that, of course, the worst human experience is loneliness. That I can identify with so damn easily. But I just hope that at some point it's going to change. That's all I can hope for. You know, I live in hope about it. But and I'm also a writer. Can be a lonely thing sometimes, but when you write, you create people. I write love stories, and all right, I've never experienced love myself, but doesn't mean I can't write about it. You know, I can guess, I can pretty much must know what it feels like. Must be great. And I realised I was pretty good at it, and I am a published author. But yeah, it can be, I suppose, a lonely thing to do. But when you're when you're in the company, you're writing about these people who you've created and you love. It can have just the opposite effect. So it can be not a lonely thing to do. Sometimes it can be a very productive and good thing to do in that respect. It certainly helped me with my situation of being on my own. Crikey, if it wasn't for writing romances, well, I don't know what the hell I would have done, you know. But yeah, it's yeah, true forced loneliness. Yeah, it's so true. But I wish I wasn't one of them, but I am. I am. I'm fascinated by women, fascinated by girls. You know, I love the way they move. I love the way they. I just love them, but at the same time, I hate them. If that kind of makes sense. But to be with one, certainly on a sexual level as well, but it's all got to be there, you know, the love, the spiritual connection and all the rest of it. Must be great. And hopefully one day I will experience it. Would be nice. But alas, at the moment, it's just not the case. I'm just thankful for where I am at the moment. Maybe at peace with it, but doesn't mean so I don't want someone special. Hopefully one day I'll find them. Anyway, that's really all I've got to say. This is a rather lonely English guy, maybe. But I do love Scotland, and I'm hopefully going up there soon. So maybe I might find someone up there, who knows, because I love the Scottish accent. So love Americans too. You know, I've got an American friend who lives in California, and we email regularly because we both love this show that was on through the 80s. So yeah, but never met her in person, but that's another kind of wonderful friendship that I've got, just even if it's just an email one. But yeah, that kind of keeps me going. Anyway, thanks very much. Hopefully I'll maybe do another one of these. Until then, this is Mr. Sensuous Man, hoping he one day finds the true love of his life. See you later. Bye.